I'm getting ready so I can go and get my munchkin from school, but I woke up from this weird in and out kind of nap that I was in. First off, I woke up and there was a literal gnat flying right towards my face, and I clapped my hands and poof, there it was, right there in the palm of my hand. First off, I don't know who be monitoring on me, but cut that out. find you something more better to do. Find a more better way of being, right? Nonetheless, oddly enough, the next thing on my mind, besides that, was almost a poem of sorts. And it went something to the tune of, to the next supply after me. Understand that he's not like that because of me. That's just him. Understand that all the sweet talk and the nice gestures, all the philosophy that made you fall for him in the first place were just bits and pieces, were just the remnants of me that I left behind for him to feel like he could copy. Those were the bits and pieces of me left behind for him to feel whole. The bits and pieces that were stolen, the bits and pieces that truly are all the reasons he fell in love with me in the first place. To the supply after me, understand that the issue is not you. His hatred for me was the reason y'all got together in the first place. It's the reason that he keeps you there as supply. Now, at the end of the day, it sucks to say, but that man don't know how to love. He's not been loved properly. And the truth of the matter is, he truly don't love himself, so he could never love you. He chose you because you are easy to pretend to love. He noticed the bits and pieces of you that were reminiscent of bits and pieces of me and thought that that would work in his favor. He thought it would make me upset or jealous and angry, and truly for a moment there it did. Oddly enough, though, what was making me angry was never the fact that you were there. It was never about you on either end. Although it sucks to say, and it might be hard to accept, none of this ever had anything to do with you. My anger with him came from his behavior. It came from confusion and irritation with the fact that the person I fell for, the person I gave all of my time and attention, turned out to be a literal dirtbag, just like the dirtbag you realizing he is now. To the person who comes after me, to the person that comes after her, to the person that comes after them and after them and after them too, understand that it was none of his behavior was your fault. You didn't have any control over the fact that he is the way that he is. You don't have any control over the fact that he will continue to be who he is showing you now that he is. He just is. All the love and attention that you poured into him, it wasn't for nothing. It was for you to learn a very valuable lesson in your own self-worth, in your own self-love, in your own self-gratification, and it was a message for you to stop looking for validation externally, especially because you're looking in all the wrong places. Once you learn to love yourself a little bit harder, a little bit louder, a little bit bigger than their disrespect, life will get easier for you. To the person who comes after me, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that you're going through what you're going through right now, but at the end of the day, this is a choice that you are making. So once you realize you can do better, you can, have better, you'll end up doing better. Until then, I hope you continue to bump your head. I hope you bump it hard enough it knocks some sense into your ass that none of this has anything to do with you. His poor behavior, his poor treatment of you don't have nothing to do with you. rather a lack of love that he received as a child, a lack of self-respect and insecurity where he's concerned. It's truly all personal. It's all in him. I learned these lessons the hard way. I learned these lessons by loving him way, way, way more, way louder than I loved myself. I learned these lessons by respecting the idea of keeping the peace with him more than I respected my own boundaries or realized my own self-worth. It took time. It took irritation. It took highs and lows. It took me repetitively attempting to get full off breadcrumbs to realize that at the end of the day, that would never be enough for me. It took somebody else on the outside telling me repetitively that I was worth so much more than I was allowing myself to have before I realized that they were indeed telling the truth. At the end of the day, none of this ever had anything to do with you. And no matter the story that's painted where I'm concerned, I truly do feel bad for you. And I hope you find something better. I hope you learn to love yourself more. I hope you learn to appreciate yourself more. I hope you learn that your value is not in what you can do for people, but who you are as a person, who you feel like, how much value you feel like you hold personally. I want you to do better. To him, I have no words. I loved you more than I loved myself at one point, and as sad as that is, it's very true. You find people who tend to have that quality about themselves because it works in your favor. That's a sad fact to accept. Personality disorders, narcissistic disorders are no joke. And being in situations, being in love with people who got them sorts of tendencies or personality traits is no joke, because you truly do learn to love them at the cost of yourself. At the end of the day, I don't know why I woke up feeling like I needed to say these things, but literally, this is not even a note to myself. It's more of a message to the individuals who come after individuals who escape the narcissist, who escape the situations that are no fucking good for them. I guess here's a letter to you. Be better. Do better. Because the truth of the matter is you can have more. They not the end of the world. They not the end all be all. You just got to learn to see the truths. Not the truths that they telling you, not the lies they feeding you. You gotta see that at the end of the day, the bads really do outweigh the goods in most cases. You have to accept the fact that what you think on most days, how you feel on most days, is pretty much the truth of what they are, of how they are, how they operate, how they move. You accepting you is worth more than the little breadcrumbs that they give you on the days and during the times where they accepting you. Unfortunately, like I said, it takes one to know one, takes one to see one. And I've been there and done that, done bought the t-shirt, and I have moved on. But not everybody escapes. Not everybody does move on. Not everybody is strong enough to see what needs to be seen and thus to do what needs to be done. And for those individuals, I truly do hurt at the end of the day because, damn, I know what that's like. To love somebody more than anything and to think you can love them back to health. You'll be pouring into an empty cup forever. I woke up for whatever reason with these things on my mind and I just needed to put them here. I don't know why. I probably won't post this neither because it's a little too personal. And the truth of the matter is it's not really my place to say none of these things to nobody because at the end of the day, you figure it out on your own. You the one breaking your story. Make it a good one. But like I said, I woke up with these things on my mind and then that in my face. And I was like, First off, get out of my business. Second off, damn. I feel for you. Whoever you are, whomever you may be. Yeah. I'm a direct representation of the fact that it does get better when you choose better, when you do better, when you accept things for what they are instead of what you want them to be, what they are instead of what they showed you they could be at one point. It's just interesting. But that's all for now. And you have a great day.